Dealership lots are filling up, and not with cars people want. Some models sit untouched for months, piling dust and draining dealer profits. I've gone through the latest dealer inventory reports and sales data, and what I found shocked me. One brand new SUV has been sitting on lots for over 200 days, losing more than $8,000 in value before anyone drives it off the lot. Another so-called luxury sedan has discounts so deep, dealers are practically begging customers to take it home. But there's a twist. Not every slow seller is a bad car. Some are simply victims of market trends. In this video, I'll reveal the 15 cars nobody's buying, the reasons they're rotting at dealerships, and whether you should scoop up a bargain or steer clear before it's too late. Number 1. 2025 Infiniti QX55. Let's talk about the Infiniti QX55, the luxury SUV that's gathering dust on dealer lots. At first glance, it looks stylish, sleek lines, coupe-like design, but looks only go so far. The truth is, most people just aren't buying it. Why? 3 big reasons: old tech, sketchy reliability, and a price that doesn't match what you're getting. First off, this SUV is built on the same platform as the QX50 from 2019. That's 5 years old tech, repackaged. Buyers notice, especially when rivals like BMW and Mercedes feel newer, faster, and more refined. Then there's the engine, a 2.0-liter variable compression turbo. Sounds fancy, right? But real-world reviews say the throttle feels weird, not smooth, and not great on gas either. Worse, it was recently part of a huge recall affecting over 443,000 vehicles. According to the Associated Press, the engine bearings can fail and even cause crashes. Not exactly confidence-inspiring. Nissan, Infiniti's parent company, had to extend warranties just to ease buyer fears. Even Consumer Reports only gives it an average predicted reliability. That's not what you want when dropping over $53,000. Bottom line? Buyers see better value elsewhere. That's why the QX55 is one of the slowest-selling luxury SUVs in America today. Number 2. 2025 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. The 2025 Jeep Grand Wagoneer wants to be a luxury icon, but buyers aren't buying it. With prices pushing $110,000, it sits on dealership lots for nearly a year before anyone touches it. That's longer than most Range Rovers or Escalades. Why? Because while it talks luxury, it delivers frustration. Jeep packed it with tech, massive screens, massaging seats, and high-end trim. But owners are reporting glitchy electronics, frozen displays, and malfunctioning power steps. It's tech-heavy and repair-prone. It's also huge and thirsty. Over 6,000 pounds, sluggish in corners, and not exactly off-road ready. Despite Jeep's rugged image, the Grand Wagoneer feels more like a land yacht than a trail runner. According to Consumer Reports, it's one of the least reliable luxury SUVs tested. Throw in massive depreciation, and you've got a 6-figure gamble. So why is it rotting? Because it's priced like a Mercedes, but drives like a bloated minivan with a touchscreen addiction. If you're spending this much, you expect quality. The 2025 Grand Wagoneer just doesn't deliver. Number 3. 2025 Audi Q4 e-tron. At first glance, the 2025 Audi Q4 e-tron looks like the future. It's an electric SUV from a luxury brand. But step inside, and the problems start to show. Let's talk reliability. Owners are already complaining about charging issues, software bugs, and screen failures. Some say the car won't even charge properly at home. Others report weird error messages popping up on the dashboard for no reason. And this is all while the car is still new. It's also not very smooth. The ride feels rough for a luxury SUV, and the materials inside don't match the Audi name. People expect top quality, not cheap plastic and stiff seats. Then there's the price. The Q4 e-tron starts around $56,000, but doesn't offer the same value as other EVs in that range. Tesla's Model Y is faster, has better range, and more reliable charging, and often costs less. That's why dealers are struggling to sell it. It's sitting on lots for months, untouched. Buyers are walking away. If you're shopping for an EV, The Q4 e-tron sounds premium, but in reality, it's just an expensive headache. Number 4. 2025 Nissan Murano. The 2025 Nissan Murano isn't a luxury SUV, but it's priced like one. Top trims creep near $45,000. For that money, buyers expect something fresh, something modern. Instead, they get a design that hasn't changed in almost 10 years. Inside, it's dated. The tech is old. The screen is small. Materials feel basic. It's not terrible, but it's not worth the price. Nissan replaced the old V6 with a 2.0-liter turbo 4-cylinder. Sounds like an upgrade, but it's weaker and barely more efficient. Less power, no real gain. The brand itself isn't helping. Nissan's had years of quality issues, shaky leadership, and fading trust. Shoppers don't want to gamble with that. And it shows. Murano sales are dragging. Inventory is sitting for months on dealer lots. The problem? It's stuck in the middle. Not affordable enough to compete with budget SUVs, not refined enough to play with luxury brands. Most buyers look at it, then walk away. And who can blame them? If you're spending this much, you deserve more than an aging crossover with a new engine and a big price tag. Number 5. 2025 Land Rover Discovery. The 2025 Land Rover Discovery sounds perfect on paper. Rugged, premium, built for snow, mud, and mountain roads. But once you live with it, it's a different story. Yes, it has air suspension, terrain modes, and that sleek British design. But ask a mechanic or an owner and you'll hear the same thing. Problems. Lots of them. Electrical gremlins, infotainment glitches, warning lights for no reason, reports of air suspension failure, sometimes at highway speeds. Consumer Reports still ranks Land Rover near the bottom for reliability. And the cost to fix? Astronomical. All that tech means more things to break. And they do. The Discovery's average price? Over $75,000. For that money, you want confidence, not headaches. And that's why it's rotting on dealer lots. Market data shows over 200 days of inventory just sitting. People are catching on. Buyers don't want a car that needs a mechanic every few months, especially not one that's marketed as go anywhere, do anything. So yeah, it promises the world, but in the real world, the Discovery's just not delivering. If you've been shocked by how many of these cars are just collecting dust on dealer lots, make sure to hit subscribe, drop a like, and tap the bell so you don't miss the rest of this countdown. To number 6. 2025 Porsche Taycan. Now, if you thought the Land Rover Discovery was disappointing, brace yourself, because this next one stings a little more. You'd think a six-figure Porsche would fly off the lot, but nope. The 2025 Taycan is just sitting there. Dozens of them. Collecting dust. It looks like a rocket ship. Feels like the future. But buyers? They're walking away. And here's why. Battery reliability has been a nightmare. Cold weather can slash range. Owners report sudden drop-offs in power. Some Taycans have even bricked after software updates. Then there's the tech. Frozen screens, laggy menus, infotainment bugs that take weeks to fix, if you can even get a service appointment. Parts, back-ordered, battery issues, expensive. Even basic repairs can cost a fortune. And then, the big one, depreciation. Some Taycans are worth half their price after just 1 year. Kelley Blue Book, KBB, and other industry experts estimate a $57,000 hit over 5 years. So yeah, it's fast, it's flashy, but it's also unreliable, frustrating, and way too risky. That's why this dream car is now sitting on dealer lots for over 240 days. Number 7. 2025 Dodge Hornet. Coming off luxury EVs like the Taycan, you'd think something cheaper might be a safer bet. But here comes the 2025 Dodge Hornet, the sporty SUV no one asked for. It's Dodge's big push into the compact crossover space. Flashy ads, bold styling, turbocharged engine. Sounds exciting, until you dig a little deeper. Underneath, it's really just a rebadged Alfa Romeo Tonale, and that means one thing: Italian flair, American confusion. Buyers are running into glitchy software, warning lights, and electronics that don't play nice, all within the first few months. That's not muscle, that's a headache. Even worse, it's overpriced. Some trims flirt with the $50,000 mark, but still feel cheap inside. For that kind of money, you could get a well-equipped Toyota or even a lightly used luxury SUV with a reputation for lasting more than 3 years. Dealers are trying to move these, but the lots are stuck. And for good reason. It's loud, it's confused, and it's sitting because buyers are saying, no thanks. Number 8. 2025 Infiniti QX55. Now let's talk about a car that tries hard to look luxurious, but doesn't do much else. The 2025 Infiniti QX55 was supposed to be Infiniti's answer to those coupe-style SUVs everyone's chasing, like the BMW X4 or Mercedes GLC Coupe. But here's the problem. It looks the part, but doesn't play it well. It's built on an aging platform that dates back to 2019. That means you're paying new car money for old car tech, and buyers are noticing. Under the hood, it's got a fancy-sounding variable compression turbo engine. Sounds advanced, but in reality, owners report rough acceleration, laggy throttle response, and worse fuel economy than expected. Then there's reliability. Infiniti's brand image has taken a serious hit over the years, with more complaints and fewer loyal fans sticking around. And, for nearly $54,000 on average, most buyers would rather stretch a bit more for a BMW or Lexus. Or better still, save big on a fully loaded Mazda. That's why QX55s are stacking up at dealerships. It's sleek, it's shiny, but buyers see past the looks and walk away. Number 9. 2025 Audi A6. And speaking of cars that promise excitement but leave you wanting more, here comes another contender, this time from Germany. The Audi A6 is supposed to be the gentleman's luxury sedan. Quiet, smooth, sophisticated, but under the surface, it's getting stale, and buyers know it. The 2025 model barely changes from last year. Same platform, same tech, same nagging problems. Many owners report electronic glitches, rough shifts, and mystery warning lights. And while the engine options are decent, they're nothing exciting for the price. Worse still, Audi's infamous oil consumption issues still haunt the lineup. Some A6 owners say they have to top off oil between changes. That's not luxury, it's babysitting an engine. And don't forget repair costs. One electrical fault? You're staring down a 4-figure repair bill. Dealerships know this, buyers know this, and the result? The A6 is quietly stacking up on showroom floors. Everyone's chasing tech, value, or real excitement. This car offers none. If you're spending over $60,000, you'd expect more than just a pretty badge. Number 10. 2025 Infiniti QX55. But if the Audi A6 is guilty of being boring, this next one takes boring and adds bland, overpriced, and nobody's asking for it. Infiniti wanted to jump on the coupe SUV trend, so they gave us the QX55. It's got a sloped roof, the edgy look, and a luxury price tag. But what's it missing? Just about everything else. Inside, the tech feels years behind. The dual-screen infotainment is clunky and confusing. It's not Apple CarPlay that saves it, it's your patience. Then there's the engine. A 2.0-liter variable compression turbo sounds innovative. But in real life, it's laggy, noisy, and struggles when pushed. Reviewers and owners say the ride feels stiff, the cabin isn't quiet, and the handling is sloppy for a luxury crossover. And all this while priced like a BMW X4. Infiniti's brand hasn't exactly been winning hearts lately. And with the QX55 collecting dust at dealerships, this isn't helping. It's a perfect example of a car that nobody needed and nobody's buying. Number 11. 2024 Toyota Tundra. This one's a shocker. For years, the Tundra was the truck people swore by. Simple, durable, built to last. But the 2024 model? It's not holding up. A diesel repair shop owner told me his team's seen a steady stream of new Tundras, some with blown engines under 20,000 miles. And not from abuse, just regular drivers with brand new trucks that shouldn't be in a shop at all. Turbochargers giving out, main bearings seizing, and strange engine noises that sound like trouble. And when parts fail, they're not easy to replace. Some owners say they've waited weeks for engine repairs. This isn't just one mechanic's story either. Forums like Pickup Truck Talk and even Consumer Reports have flagged reliability concerns. Some believe early engines were built with metal debris left in the block, causing internal failure long before the warranty even matters. And once that trust is gone, so is buyer interest. These trucks are sitting untouched at dealerships across the country. Because people aren't just buying the look, they want something that lasts. And this version of the Tundra? Isn't it? Number 12. 2023 Ford Explorer. If you thought the Tundra was a shocker, this next one might hit closer to home. Because it's not a truck, it's one of the most common family SUVs on the road. The 2023 Ford Explorer. You see it everywhere. School runs, grocery trips, family vacations. But here's what many don't realize. It's hiding some serious issues. Let's start with the 10-speed automatic transmission. On paper, it sounds like a smooth operator. But in real life, owners are reporting slipping gears, delayed shifts, and jerking, some with under 15,000 miles. One mechanic told me he's had to pull the same model in more than once for the same exact issue. And then there's the EcoBoost engine. Overheating, coolant leaks, warped heads. In short, it's not built for stress, and that's a problem if you live anywhere with hills or heat. And even the tech doesn't hold up. Frozen touchscreens, glitchy cameras, it's all stuff that should work. But when it doesn't, it drives people straight back to the dealership. And that's where many Explorers are ending up. Not in driveways, but parked, unsold, unwanted, and quietly rotting on dealer lots. Number 13. 2024 Volkswagen Atlas. After the Explorer, you'd hope things improve. But the 2024 Volkswagen Atlas brings more of the same pain, just in a bigger package. It looks bold, roomy, European. But under the hood, it's breaking hearts early. A mechanic I trust has already serviced 3 Atlases under 30,000 miles. More specifically, one needed a new timing chain tensioner, another had a mysterious oil leak, and the third, complete engine replacement. And guess what? All these have happened before they hit their second birthday. And the transmission? Sluggish shifts, delay from park to drive. Some owners say it feels like the gears need to wake up before moving. Inside isn't much better. The digital climate control? Cool looking until it dies. When it stops working, the defrost won't clear your windshield, and your cabin turns into a sauna or freezer. Not just annoying, downright unsafe in bad weather. Even the infotainment screen freezes mid-drive, leaving you with no backup camera or navigation. And it gets worse. Several owners report clunky suspension sounds and a ride that feels unfinished. So when buyers test drive it and feel all this, they don't need convincing, they just leave. That's why the Atlas is piling up fast at dealerships. Number 14. Audi Q5, 2018 to 2023. You've seen it in luxury suburbs, polished, quiet, confident. The Audi Q5 is the SUV people think they can trust. But ask the folks who've shelled out $45,000 or more for one, and you'll hear the regret in their voice. Behind the smooth ride, there's an engine that's constantly burning oil. Some owners are topping off every 1,000 miles. And if you miss that window, you're risking total engine failure. A trusted mechanic told me he sees these cars with PCV issues, valve cover leaks, and sometimes turbo failures, all before 60,000 miles. Then there's the tech. Infotainment glitches, backup camera flickers, and the flashy digital dash. It blacks out while driving, like a bad magic trick. So what's the damage? Even a minor repair runs $2,000 to $5,000. And because it's German, you can't just take it to any local shop. You're married to the dealership, whether you like it or not. That $45,000 plus price tag? It starts to feel like you bought a headache with leather seats. And buyers are noticing. That's why Q5s are lining dealership lots, looking pretty, but going nowhere. Number 15. Mercedes-Benz GLC 2016 to 2022. If you thought the Audi Q5 was bad, wait until you see the luxury SUV that's quietly draining wallets across the country. This next one might just be the most expensive regret on the list. The Mercedes-Benz GLC. It's a Mercedes, so it must be good, right? That's what many buyers thought when they dropped over $50,000 on the GLC. But instead of premium peace of mind, they got a rolling checklist of electrical failures. We're talking failing water pumps before 40,000 miles, cracked pistons, timing chain rattle, and don't get me started on the mass airflow sensor issues. One shop owner told me, GLCs under 5 years old show up on the tow truck more often than 10-year-old Toyotas. Brake sensors glitch? That's $1,200. Infotainment freezes? Add another $2,000. Owners on Benz World and MB World forums have called it a premium nightmare with a luxury badge. It may look refined on the outside, but behind the grille is a long list of service bulletins and dealership visits. That's why the GLC is sitting pretty in showrooms, unsold, unloved, and slowly losing value. The lesson? Not every Benz is built to last, and this one's proof. Some cars just won't move off the lot, but others, they'll outlast almost anything on the road. If you want to know which ones, don't miss our next video. 12 super reliable cars you can still buy for $10,000. It could save you thousands and years of headaches.